Alright, hey guys, so today I wanted to do a review of I think the brand is called Beboncool. It's a really weird name, but anyways, it's an Xbox controller battery pack that I bought a few months ago, and I've been really liking it, so I just wanted to do a review of it. It's really weird because I looked on Amazon and I don't see it there anymore, but I see some very similar ones. I'll try to link them in the description. Anyways, so it's a 2550 milliamp hour battery pack. And it looks like this basically. So the one that I got came with 3 of these, and it came with 1 charging station. And the charging station is actually really cool because there's so many different ways you can charge it. You can see there's a USB-C here, and there's a micro USB here as well as even a regular USB just sticking just on the side here that you can pull out. Although this one's pretty short, so I find it's a bit easier using the micro USB or the USB-C charger on it. But yeah, and it's got these lights here, so it'll be red if it's charging, and then it'll be green if it's good. And I think it blinks red if you have the batteries in the wrong way. So you have to be careful. There's some signs here, so you can tell this one is the negative on this side. You want to have the negative here, then the positive there, and then this one's a positive up top and the negative at the bottom. So I think the nice thing about this is you can use it for charging regular AA's, which is actually like really handy. As well as the controller battery packs. So basically how they slot in, right, is you can see there's these little notches here, and that corresponds with the notches in here and here. And so you see it's got the symbols here, so this side's negative, the side's positive, so you would just line it up like so, and you plug it in, and alright, so as you can see now it's charging, and it's not blinking, so that means it's plugged in correctly. And I noticed it does take a few hours to charge up. It's not the fastest thing, but anyways, the batteries do last a very long time once they are charged up, so it's not such a big deal, especially considering it came with 3. I only really use 1 controller at a time right now, but if I invite a friend over, then I'd probably use 2, and it's great having 3 because then I could have a backup spare one in case one of those happens to run out of batteries. And so when you put it in the Xbox controller, right? So you want to look at this side of the Xbox controller because it's got the symbols, so it's got a plus one here and a negative one here, and you just want to line that up with the battery pack so you can see the plus at the top here and the negative here. So just make sure you're lining it up properly with the right symbol, and then you push it in like this, and so you can see it's well seated in there. It's kind of weird because you would think like this side would be the front, right? But this is the side that shows when you're charging it. But I mean, when it's in the controller, it looks like this. You get to see the more back side of it, and the letters would be facing kind of upside down. If you're looking at it like this, which is really interesting. It's kind of like the exact opposite way you would think it would look when it's plugged in. Anyways, so once you got that all lined up, then you just put your cover back on. And I think what's nice about this is that you don't have to like charge it up when the controller is plugged into the computer. That's one thing that I saw some battery packs had a feature of, but for me it just didn't really make sense because, I didn't want to have my controller plugged in to charge it up. I would much rather use a station like this, so that way, let's say, I'm playing and it runs out of batteries, and then I just quickly, can pull out that battery pack, and then swap in a new one from the charger that's fully charged, So yeah, once again, just line it up, put it in, and then boom, you're ready to go with a brand new battery pack. And I think that's one thing that's very nice about these Xbox controllers. I think people usually harp on the fact that they still use, AAA or AA's, but in my opinion, I think it's a really nice feature because it really adds to the longevity of the controller. Because first of all, let's say one of the battery packs stops functioning properly, after charging it up a certain amount of times, like it doesn't hold the charge as much, you can just start using a new battery pack and it's basically like a fresh controller. I think it leads these controllers to be able to last a very long time, because whereas with a PS4 controller where the battery's built in, you would have to take the controller apart to replace the battery, which could be kind of a hassle, and sometimes it's kind of hard to find those batteries online, like replacement batteries. So I think that's where Xbox gets a huge advantage, because yeah, these controllers can last you a very long time as you just slowly replace batteries, every few years or so. And also being able to quickly swap out the battery when you're low on batteries is really nice. Whereas with the PS4, you would need it plugged into the console while you're playing. You know, probably need a very long cable in order to keep it charged up if the battery ran low. So yeah, you know, I think it's a really cool product, and I definitely would recommend it. The battery life it lasts a very long time. It's kind of hard to tell where your battery percentage is at on when you're playing on PC. I think you can press the Windows G key, and it sort of gives you an idea of your controller. Also, I use the Xbox wireless adapter for my controller, and it works really well. And I think the nicest part about it is the fact that you can, you know, pair up multiple controllers on your PC with it. I think, you know, I might as well talk about it as well. So yeah, this is what it looks like. It's actually the original one. I know they make a version that's smaller these days, and it's great because I take it over to my friend's house sometimes. Let's say we're playing on PC, I'll plug it into like my laptop, and then we can both connect up our controllers in place of a split screen. And it's not too big. It's really small and light, and you just press this button on the side, and you press the button on the controller, and they get paired up, and it seems to work flawlessly, which is great. And I think the battery pack really lends itself well to using it like this because then, you know, you always have an easy source of power. You don't have to like worry about buying new AAA batteries. And I think that it's just very much an ease of use kind of thing. And it's just a lot of fun. For me personally, I really enjoy using a controller on PC. I feel like, I don't know, as someone who grew up playing consoles, using a mouse and keyboard can be a little bit awkward for me. Like, if it's a shooter game, then definitely I would prefer to use a mouse and keyboard because then you kind of get an advantage. But let's say if it was a game that was previously on console and is built to be able to be used with a controller, then I'll probably use a controller with it. Alright guys, anyways, that's about all I wanted to say. Thank you guys for watching, and yeah, there's really not too much else to it. But yeah, if you're looking for, you know, let's say you like to use your controller wirelessly, whether that be on your Xbox console or on PC, this is probably the best accessory that you can get to use with your Xbox controller, you know, next to like the wireless adapter if you're playing on PC. And it just makes the experience, you know, a lot better and a lot more convenient and fun. Yeah. Alright guys, thanks so much for watching. Hope you guys all have a great day. Alright, I'll see you guys in the next video I make, okay? Alright, Sharp Steels out.